So my dear students, आप YouTube चैनल देख रहे हो और मैं हूं इनामुल्लाह खान. So today we are going to discuss reference to the context. I have already discussed the poem All the World is a Stage. Now today I am going to tell you about the question, how you will attempt a question. Two type of question will be given to you. One will be reference to the context, another will be paraphrase. So how you will attempt a question reference to the context? Reference to the context, that question will be given to you and you will explain in such a way. So important thing within reference to the context, that is name of the poem. So one important thing, that is name of the poem. Another is name of the poet. So first of all you will heed towards name of the poem, and then you will be attentive towards name of the poet. And the third important thing, that is central idea of the poem. Central idea of the poem. So name of the poem. You will start this question in such a way that first you will write the heading, reference to the context, and then you will start. These lines have been taken from the poem. For example, stanza number 1 is given to you. What is stanza? Stanza, group of lines. Group of lines rhyming together. That is called stanza. Stanza may be a couplet. Couplet, two consecutive lines rhyming together. Couplet will composed on two lines, two consecutive lines rhyming together. Rhyme, the last words which are similar in sounds, that is called rhyme. So two consecutive line rhyming together is called couplet. Maybe couplet is given to you. Another thing is heroic couplet. What is heroic couplet? Two consecutive line rhyming together must be in iambic pentameter. Must be in iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter. Two consecutive lines rhyming together must be in iambic pentameter is called heroic couplet. So this thing needs explanation. What is iambic pentameter? Iamb, that is the kind of meter. We have iamb, we have trochaic, we have dactylic, we have anapaestic and amphibrachaic. These are kinds of meter. Iamb, trochaic, anapaestic, amphibrachaic. These are kinds of meter. So what is iamb? Unstressed followed by stress. What is meter first? The pattern of stress and unstressed syllable. The pattern of stress and unstressed syllable in a line of poetry is called meter. Is called meter. What is iambic? Iamb. Iamb, unstressed followed by stress is called iamb. Unstressed followed by stress is called iamb. One unstressed plus stress, that is called foot. One unstress followed by stress, that will compose on one foot. So when there are 5 feet in a line of poetry, when there are 5 feet in a line of poetry, 5 feet will composed on 10 pattern of stress and unstress, or unstress plus stress. Unstress plus stress, that will be 10. It will compose on 5 feet. So when there is unstress followed by stress composed on 5 feet is called iambic pentameter. Penta means 5. 5 feet will be there, unstress followed by stress, and such like meter we will call iambic pentameter. Mostly English poetry is written in iambic pentameter. And when there is a couplet, two consecutive line, which is in iambic pentameter, that is called heroic couplet. That is called heroic couplet. So that is heroic couplet. There may be quatrain. All the word is a stage, that is written in quatrain. Quatrain, 4 line stanza. The rhyming scheme will be, rhyming method will be maybe a regular rhyming scheme, couplet plus couplet, two consecutive line rhyming together, maybe alternate. In alternate, first line will be rhymed with the third, second with the fourth, second with the fourth. That is called alternate rhyming scheme. So that is quatrain. Quatrain must be composed on 4 lines or 2 couplets. 4 lines or 2 couplets. And when there is a heroic couplet, that is heroic quatrain as well. If there is a simple couplet, that we will call quatrain as well. Couplet, quatrain, heroic quatrain. So this stanza will be given to you. So you will write in these lines, the poet tells us, in this stanza you can write. In this stanza, the poet tells us. In these lines, the poet tells, these lines have been given from the poem, or this stanza is given from the poem. This stanza is given from the poem, or these lines have been given from the poem. All the word is a stage. All the word is a stage is name of the poem. Name of the poem must be underlined. Written by William Shakespeare, name of the poet. Name of the poet must be in inverted commas, begin and close. So these lines have been taken from the poem All the Word is a Stage, written by William Shakespeare. So refers to the context here. First part is completed. Second part, central idea of the poem. That is as well part of the reference to the context. Central idea of the poem. Central idea of the poem, you will discuss the whole poem but in brief. For example, first stanza is given to you. You have written reference to the context. Then you are coming towards central idea. So in this poem, the poet tells us about 7 stages of man's life. At the first stage, a man will be an infant. Then he will be migrated towards school-going child. After school, completion of school, he will become a soldier, become a lover, then a soldier, and then he will become a judge. And then he will become a judge. After this stage, he will be shifted towards slippered pantaloon, and then he will shift towards the last stage, from which he is migrated. So, migrated towards his grave, or this will be the ends of uneventful history of man's life. So, such like stanza, central idea you will discuss, in which the whole poem will be discussed just in brief way. Just in brief way. So that will be the central idea. That will be the central idea. So that is the part of reference to the context. These lines have been given from the poem All the World is a Stage, written by William Shakespeare. In this poem, the poet tells us about the 7 stages of man's life. At first stage, he will be an infant, mewling and pucking in the nurse's arm. Then he will be migrated towards to the school-going child, and then the lover, and then he will become a soldier, then a judge, and then he will shift towards slippered pantaloon, and then he will migrate towards his grave. So this will be the central idea. Now we will come towards the stanza which is given to us. The given stanza. So first of all, you will write the heading is explanation. So explanation will be there. You will underline so explanation. Within explanation, you will focus on the given lines, not on the poem. Just in central idea, you are focusing on the poem. But now in explanation, you will only focus on the given lines which is given to you. You will explain. For example, first stanza is given to you. So within first stanza, 2 stages are discussed. The stages of infancy, and then the stages of school-going child. So you will discuss only these 2. So you will write in these lines, the poet tells us that all the world is a stage, and all the men's life, that is just like the story of the play. Story of the play. All the men and women, they are just like actors. This stage contains its own entrance as well as its exit. So during on the stage, during his life, a man is performing 7 actions. The first action, the first stage, the first period of life, that is the life of infancy. A man is an infant. He is mewling and pucking, crying and weeping, and vomiting in the nurse's arm. And then he became a school-going child. Unwillingly, he is going to the school. This will be the first stanza explanation. Maybe you should explain just one line of the coming stanza as well, for the purpose to tell the examiner where this stanza lies within the poem, कि ये stanza जो है ये poem के अंदर कहाँ पर पड़ा हुआ है, तो आप ये उसको बता देते हो. So this will be the question of reference to the context. अब एक important बात सुने, जहन में रखें, कोई भी क्वेश्चन जब आप अटेम्प्ट करते हो तो उसके मार्क्स की तरफ तवज्जो दिया करें. मैं अपने स्टूडेंट्स को क्लास में भी अक्सर यही बता देता हूं, एक्सप्लेन करें उसके मार्क्स के मुताबिक. अगर उसके मार्क्स ज्यादा हैं तो थोड़ा उसको ज्यादा एक्सप्लेन करें. अगर फॉर एग्जांपल 5 नंबर का एक क्वेश्चन दिया गया तो 5 नंबर के मुताबिक उसको एक्सप्लेन करें. इस तरह ना हो कि आप मतलब उसी के मुताबिक उसके ऊपर टाइम लगाएं. इसी तरह ना हो कि आप 20 नंबर के मुताबिक एक्सप्लेन करें, मतलब ज्यादा इसको एक्सप्लेन करें और मार्क्स इसके 5 हैं तो आपने टाइम इजाफी लगा लिया. लिहाजा इसके मार्क्स को देखकर एक्सप्लेनेशन लिखा करें. एक्सप्लेनेशन के अंदर आप फ्री हैं कि आप इसके अंदर आप कोटेशन लिख सकते हो, आप अपनी तरफ से कुछ लिख सकते हो. So that is the first question which we can say reference to the context. Then another question may come. It is very easy, and that is the question of paraphrase. So paraphrase question will be given to you. A stanza will be given to you. Paraphrase the following stanza. ये लिखा होगा. So how you will explain? Paraphrase the following stanza, you will just focusing on the lines. What is within the line, just you will write that. You can't write extra, anything extra. Extra कुछ भी नहीं लिखोगे. You can't write from your own side, अपनी तरफ से भी नहीं लिखोगे. Just that is in verse and you are converting it into prose. ये शायरी के अंदर लिखा गया है, नज़म के अंदर लिखा गया है, आप इसको नसर के अंदर लिखते हो. ये आपने जहन में रखना है. सीधा आपने लिखना है these lines the poet tells us. फिर जो भी stanza you will explain, but very in brief way. What is within the line you will just simplify it. Simply you will explain. So 5 marks question will be given, and that will be the paraphrase. And paraphrase, be in mind, you will not mention name of the poem, name of the poet, central idea. अगर आप लिखोगे तो इसका मतलब ये है कि you are unable to differentiate between paraphrase and reference to the context question. जहन में रखे, हमेशा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और मैं बार बार बताता हूं कि पैराफ्रेज के अंदर आपने न तो कुछ अपनी तरफ से लिखना है, ना अपने नेम ऑफ द पोएट लिखना है, ना अपने नेम ऑफ द पोएम लिखना है, ना अपने सेंट्रल आइडिया लिखना है. पैराफ्रेज के अंदर रेफरेंस टू द कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आ जाए तो आपने इसके अंदर नेम ऑफ द पोएम भी, नेम ऑफ द पोएट भी, सेंट्रल आइडिया ऑफ द पोएम भी, और साथ साथ आपने एक्सप्लेनेशन भी लिखना है, द गिवन लाइंस, द गिवन स्टेंजा. और आप अगर थोड़ा सा आगे भी चले जाएं, अपनी तरफ से कोई शेर लिखें, कोटेशन लिखें किसी और राइटर का, तो इसका फायदा होगा, नुकसान नहीं होगा. लेकिन सिर्फ और सिर्फ रेफरेंस टू द कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, लेकिन नंबर देख के सवाल हल किया करें. और पैराफ्रेज के अंदर आपने अपनी तरफ से कुछ भी नहीं लिखना, जस्ट सिंपली दैट इज इन वर्स एंड यू आर राइटिंग इन प्रोज. ये वर्स के अंदर है और आप इसको प्रोज के अंदर कन्वर्ट करते हो. सो दैट इज पैराफ्रेज. थैंक यू वेरी मच.